Off to her first Commonwealth Games in Delhi in October. What an amazing feeling for her and her family and her coach. Just absolutely sensational for such a young girl. Got to keep her feet on the ground though. She's got the 100 freestyle final tomorrow night.
All right, ahead of the men's 200-metre freestyle, let's go down for a bit of expert analysis from Mark Howard. I hope he's got someone with him to help.
I don't think you're getting the expert analysis from me, mate. This lady here will be providing it, though. The 200-metre free, it's all about the big boys. I tell you, there is none bigger lived than the fella here. If you have a look at him, big Kenny Monk, this is what I want to show you. 197 centimetres tall, 90 kilos. She'll be full forward for Hawthorn, this boy. That is how big he is. And you can have a look here. He's made good progression in recent times, Liv, and the 2009 World Championships, 5th in the 200-metre final for the big man. Really the kick-off of his international career.
Yeah, absolutely. He actually didn't perform as well as he would have liked to in the Beijing Games, so that prompted a change of coach to Michael Boll, who he's with now, and he's just gone from strength to strength.
We have a look at the graph of his times in recent times. This is Kenny in 2007 in one of the old-style suits, a 1:47.12. At the same time, the world record was held by the freak Michael Phelps, 1:43.86. We see both of them drop their time nicely. 2009, Liv, this was the big surprise. The big German swam a 1:42 in the World Championship final. He beat Phelps. Kenny finished in 5th in a 1:45.46. You can almost discount that time, though, because that was in a new suit. So what type of improvement are we expecting from Kenny? Because we need to compare that improvement back to this time here, the 1:47.
Yeah, definitely. We would expect him to be faster than he was 3 years ago. He's a lot bigger, he's a lot stronger, and I would say he's almost definitely a lot fitter. I think if we're looking realistically at around 1:46 mid, and that would be fantastic.
Just one quick thing before we go. I'll show you another graph. We have a look at the graph of the Australian swim team, and this is the average food consumed. I can tell you, this is Kenny Monk up here. He is a freak. He puts away an enormous amount of food. If he gets on the plane to Delhi, they'll have to pre-order because he's a very big boy, Hutto.
Thank you, Howard. I'm sure Buddy Franklin's thrilled that you're giving him the flick too for Kenrick Monk at full forward for Hawthorn. Anyway, we'll see how Kenrick goes in this, the men's 200-metre freestyle. And to get serious, Nicole, we've been talking about how tight things have been in the freestyle events particularly, and judging on what we saw this morning in the heats, this is going to be no different. It's going to be some race, and again, we've got the experience of Kenrick Monk and Patrick Murphy, the reigning and defending champion. But Thomas Fraser-Holmes, the 18-year-old, we see the guys usually develop a little bit later, so he's maybe a bit older than the equivalent of Jolan Pukla, but he's still the young man coming through, and he is the fastest qualifier.
Fastest qualifier. He held his nerve in the qualification heats. He's got lane number 4, and he's bookended really by some experienced characters, as you said, Anthony, with Kenrick Monk beside him and Patrick Murphy on the other side. The danger for Thomas is to be influenced by other people's pacing. So really, it's about sticking to your own race plan, the one your coach and you have worked out, you've trained for all year round. That was Nick Frost in lane number 1. 1:46.93 is his best time. He went to the Commonwealth Games in 2006. That was his debut.
That was Ryan Napoleon, who's already on the team, second in the 400 yesterday. He's a gold medal winner in the Youth Commonwealth Games in 08. And there's Kenrick, the eating machine.
He likes his food, Kenny. He also likes doing his sit-ups, which is going to be very good for him in this era of having no suits over your stomach and chest. That's Thomas Fraser-Holmes from the Hunter Club in New South Wales, now at the AIS, trains with Vince Riley. His training mate is Patrick Murphy, 26 years of age, from Melbourne Vic Centre in Victoria, defending champ, as Anthony said, 04 and 08 Olympian. Rob Hurley's already on the team. He can relax in terms of the nerves and the being anxious. He can now just concentrate on swimming fast.
It's one of the best time here last year. You wouldn't expect Hurley to win this race. Tommaso Desonga could, if not now, in the future. He's only 19. He's never won a national title. Kurt Palmer. Who do you reckon the winner's going to come from here? Is it from the middle lanes, 3, 4 and 5?
I think Tommaso's going to try and set some early pace in lane number 7. There's Thomas Fraser-Holmes. You know, he can do it if he just sticks to his race plan. Kenrick will be very strong from start to finish, but particularly in the last 25 metres.
Well, it's the men's 200-metre freestyle final. They're set. And away, good clean start across the pool. Nicholas Frost began really well in lane 1, right at the top of your screen in the gold cap. As you can see, it's pretty tight right across. Kurt Palmer in 8, Songer in 7, Hurley in 6, in 5 it's Patrick Murphy as we go underwater. In 4, Thomas Fraser-Holmes, the 18-year-old. He's going all right at this stage as they head towards the first 50. Kenrick Monk's right there with him, Napoleon in 2 and Frost in 1.
Right across the pool, Tommaso De Sonia leads it out as I thought, and Nicholas Frost on the other side in lane number 1. They're the first and second place getters in the first 50, 24.76.
It's quite a margin, isn't it, for De Sonia? Whether he'll be able to hang on, time will tell. Frost remains in second place. Next is in lane 4, Thomas Fraser-Holmes. Now, he's quite a good distance swimmer, so you expect that he won't get any weaker as this race continues, Nicole.
I'm watching Kenrick Monk as well in lane number 3, and he's breathing off to the side of Fraser-Holmes, just pacing himself there. He is a long way behind. 51.86, De Sonia still leads. Wonderful underwater with the big butterfly kicks. He's a 200 IMer as well, so he knows how to race 200 successfully. Nick Frost still hanging on.
So past the halfway stage, the West Australian Tommaso De Songer in lane 7. His lead is just dwindling a fraction. Nicholas Frost, the main challenger at this stage. And then in lane 4, still a young man, Thomas Fraser-Holmes, is right in the mix. Frost turns in second, Fraser-Holmes third.
Oh, that turn really hurt. You could see that he started to fatigue. De Sonia, he was a little bit shorter underwater, but he's just holding on with whatever he can. Right, who's moving through there now?
Kenrick Monk, watch for him in lane 3 and also in lane 6. Robert Hurley's right in the mix, but Fraser-Holmes working hard. Frost in lane 1, he's taken the lead. Nicholas Frost in lane 1 from Southport in Queensland outlasts them all and beats Thomas Fraser-Holmes home. Monk gets third. Well done, Nick Frost. He's off to another Commonwealth Games. He was there in 2006 and he is delighted.
What a great swim, 147.50. He was right there from the start. In second place at the 50, second place at the 100, second place at the 150, and then really put the foot down when it counted, 147.50. Congratulations to his coach, Glenn Baker, who has got a wonderful squad there at Southport Olympic. And Thomas Fraser-Holmes also gets onto the Australian team, his first senior Australian team. Well done, 147.66. The top 6 will certainly go across to the Commonwealth Games and the Pan Pacs to represent the 4x200 freestyle relay. De Sonia, second from the bottom of the screen, really took out the pacing. Here he is underwater.
He just couldn't quite hang on, could he?
That third turn really stung. He just didn't have the same depth on his push-off. He didn't have the same explosiveness. Meanwhile, Nick Frost out the outside, no one was looking for him. They didn't know he was there. He was hard up on the lane rope, but he had the advantage of breathing that side and looking across the field. He knew that he was leading. What a motivation to know that. Well, he's been to Commonwealth Games before. He finished 8th in the 200 freestyle, bronze in relays in the 4x2 at the Olympic Games in 08 and Worlds 09.
So he's experienced enough at 23.
He is just slightly off his best time, but he has done what he needed to do.
And now he's got a chat with Mark Howard.
He's pretty happy too, mate. A fantastic race. Talk us through it, Nick.
Yeah, first national championship. I knew I'd be out there on my own over in lane 1, so just really wanted to stick to my own race plan and put the blinkers on, so to speak.
What's it like racing out in lane 1? Did you get a look over the last 25 metres where the rest of the boys were?
No, not really. I kind of didn't want to really have a look to see what the other guys were doing. I just wanted to keep my head down and concentrate on what I had to do.
Fantastic from here leading in on towards the Pan Pacs and the Commonwealth Games. It must be a real thrill, your second team for the Com Games.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's come around really quickly. Feels like just the other day that I was making my first team on the Commonwealth Games, but really exciting for the year ahead, and definitely good feeling knowing that we've got the ticket booked to Delhi.
Now, mate, we'll take a bit of a punt here. We'll turn you around to our fancy screen. We'll have a look at the men's qualifiers, the freestyle, the 200 metres. That's you up there, mate. Put your finger on that and drag yourself on the plane. I'm not sure if this baby's waterproof. We're soon going to find out, though. Just put yourself in there. Beautiful, mate. You're on the team to Delhi. Congratulations. He's done very well, Nicholas Frost, Hutto, and he even knows how to operate this thing, which is more than you can say for me, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon you might be right there, Howie, but congratulations to Nicholas Frost.